Mary with our December Cozy Storytime. It's hard to believe here we are at the end of 2023. And in the spirit of coziness, the book I have selected is a classic from my childhood and probably the childhood of the generation before me as well. I first discovered or heard this story on an old television show called Captain Kangaroo. Yep, I am that old. So without further ado, let's read Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree by Robert Airy and published by Doubleday. Look at that. I believe I see that Christmas tree just here on the title page. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree came by special delivery, full and fresh and glistening green, the biggest tree he had ever seen. He dashed downstairs to open the door. This was the moment he'd waited for. "A magnificent tree, splendid," he cried. "Please, sir, won't you carry it right inside? I think it might look best this year right in the parlor corner here." But once the tree stood in its place, Mr. Willoughby made a terrible face. The tree touched the ceiling, then bent like a bow. "Oh, good heavens," he gasped. "Something must go." Baxter the butler was called in on haste to chop off the top, though it seemed quite a waste. "That's great," Mr. Willoughby cried with glee. "Now we can start to trim my tree." When the trimming was well underway, the top was placed on a silver tray. Baxter said, "I know who'd be delighted with this Christmas tree." So it was presented to Miss Adelaide, Mr. Willoughby's upstairs maid. "Won't this tree be a pretty sight when I have it trimmed later tonight? But the top, oh dear, I'm so afraid, will have to be cut," said Miss Adelaide. And so with scissors sharp and long, she snipped up the top while she hummed a song. The top was set out the very next day, and the back of the house to be thrown away. That little tree top caught the eye of Tim the gardener passing by. He was certainly not about to see that little tree thrown out. He hurried home straight away to see what Mrs. Tim would say. "Fa la la, surprise, surprise!" His wife could not believe her eyes. "But our house," she said, "is so snug and small, I do not believe we need it at all." And before Tim had a chance to shout, she cut off the top and threw it out. Barnaby Bear was passing by. It almost hit him in the eye. Now who would throw a tree away so very close to Christmas Day? "I'll take it home, that's what I'll do. Look, Mama Bear, I've a present for you." "Isn't it a pretty tree?" yawned Barnaby quite drowsily. But Little Bear, standing not far, cried out, "That tree won't hold a storm." Barnaby said, "Let's cut a hunk off the bottom here at the trunk." But Mama Bear just shook her head and sliced the tree top off instead. "Jolly by golly," Barnaby said with a kick. "Mama, that surely is just the right trick. Let's trim it with bells and honey rings, some berries and tinsel, and popcorn on strings." Mama said, "Trim it just as you like. I've got to tidy up for the night. This top we won't need anymore. I'll put it just outside the door." I'm starting to sense a pattern in this story. Have you figured out the pattern in this story yet? Do you think when Mama Bear puts the top of that tree outside, that's going to be the end of the story? I don't think so. Let's see if I'm right. Later on that frosty night, Frisky Fox came into sight. He spied the treetop, rubbed his chin, opened his sack, and stuffed the top in. He scampered home and jumped his gate. This Christmas present couldn't wait. It's even better than mincemeat pie, said Mrs. Fox, with a happy sigh. Then the foxes saw that their Christmas prize was just a wee bit oversized. There, my dears, don't you worry. I'll fix this top now in a hurry. Benjamin Rabbit found it then, just outside the fox's den. It seems, he thought, most certainly Santa left that for my family. Look, he cried, see the tree I found? With that, he called his family round. Then there was merrymaking, rollicking, frolicking, carrot shaking, celebration around the tree. All were as happy as rabbits can be. Benjamin Rabbit, with his own hands, sliced a carrot and made a stand. Now let's see how this will look in our little chimney nook. But right away the children cried, oh, look, it's leaning to one side. It's too tall, that's all, said Mrs. Rabbit, as though it were a summer carrot. She gave it a chop and threw away the top. I still don't think this is the end. Because like the pattern, every time somebody chops off the top, somebody else finds the top and uses it and then chops off the top. It's like the tree that just keeps going. Right? Let's see what happens. Then Mistletoe Mouse just happened to see that tiny tip of a Christmas tree. He pulled it through the snow and ice, up some stairs. He fell down twice. At last he reached his cozy house. It's just the right size, said Mrs. Mouse. Then at the top, if you please, they put a star made out of cheese. Oh, wasn't it grand to have a tree exactly like Mr. Willoughby? And we finally reached the end. Oh, it would be grand to have a tree like Mr. Willoughby. One that was just so big that everybody got to share it. Let's see, so Mr. Willoughby had a tree. Miss Adelaide had a tree. Who else got a tree from that tree? The Tims, the Gardeners, and then the Bears. And then who was after the Bears? Is it the rabbits? No, the fox got the tree. The foxes got the tree. And then the rabbits got a Christmas tree from it. And then after the rabbits, the mice got a Christmas tree. So many people got Christmas trees from Mr. Willoughby's one big tree. I love it. I love that story so much. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Happy holidays. And I'll see you at the library. Bye.